Today I'm going to talk about how I healed my cavities naturally. Many people don't realize that you can actually heal your cavities as long as it is not too progressed or before the cavity fully penetrates to the animal. So if you have small cavities, you need to monitor it. So some of you might wonder how can cavities and tooth can heal naturally. So it's possible. In this video, I'm going to explain how it is possible and the right things you should do. Say about 12 years ago, I had 7 cavities. And after 2 years, when I went back to do another x-ray and the results showed me that I had 0 cavities. How is it possible from 7 cavities to 0 cavities? In this video, I'm going to show you what exactly you should do. So let's talk about how your teeth can naturally heal by themselves. Teeth can naturally remineralize and heal in the early stages of decay, typically before the cavity fully penetrates the animal. At this point, saliva, minerals like calcium and phosphate and fluoride can help repair the weakened animal. Once the decay breaches the animal and reaches the dentin layer, natural healing becomes unlikely and professional treatment is usually required. See, in the past I had problems with acid reflux and there was not enough information on the internet, right? And I might look younger, but I am in my 40s. So, and I had so many cavities. I think well, back then you don't know that the acid reflux and all this stuff might cause cavities. It does because of the acid and malnutrition. Obvious acid reflux indigestion can cause mineral and vitamin deficiencies. So the combination of malnutrition, acid reflux, and not taking a good oral hygiene can significantly affect your oral health and cause so many cavities. So unfortunately, I had to go and do a lot of fillings. This was more than 20 years ago. And years after, like I said, 10 to 12 years ago, I had some other cavities, about like 7 cavities. And most of them were small. So what I did was, instead of getting fillings, and I improved my nutrition and I did some other stuff that improved my health and oral health. So since then, I confirmed that it is not only brushing or flossing or taking good care of your tooth, which you should do. It is also your nutrition plays a big role. It's like depression. It's not about being sad or stuff like that. It's the nutrition plays a huge role. What you eat every day, it makes and the people around you, it makes a huge role on your depression as well. So we can easily say that the main root problem of your cavities can be the nutrition. Only brushing regularly is definitely not enough sometimes, especially for some people. And now let's continue talking about nutrition. So basically, one of the big steps, as I mentioned before, is nutrition, but not the quick fix or miracle food kind of nutrition. This is about the long-term consistent approach. Proper nutrition has been one of the most game-changing factors in healing my teeth. I started focusing on eating foods that promote tooth remineralization, foods that actually help strengthen the animal and support overall dental health. One of the big ones for me was pumpkin and pecorino cheese. Other than smoothies and green juices and a lot of fruits and vegetables and quality protein, I found that eating pumpkin regularly definitely helped. And pecorino cheese, I don't know if some of you know about this cheese. It's one of the best quality cheese you can find. It's one of the most tastiest as well. The taste is kind of similar to Reggiano cheese. It's an Italian cheese, both of them. And it's kind of expensive, but I mean, if you can find it, not every place has it. If you can find it and give it a try, and you're gonna like it. Pecorino cheese is a great source of calcium, phosphorus, and fast-soluble vitamins like A, D, and K2, all of which are essential for keeping your teeth strong. I made it a regular part of my diet. I also want to talk about salmon, omega-3. It's also very important for your health and oral health. Eating salmon regularly helped me during this healing process. Let's talk about the second step, vegetables and minerals. I also made sure to eat broccoli, spinach, and kale, and other kinds of vegetables. These are rich in minerals like magnesium and calcium, which help support bone health and remineralize teeth. And the best part, these nutrients help your body absorb the good stuff, including the calcium from the cheese. It was all about optimizing my diet to ensure I was feeding my body and my teeth the right nutrients for healing. Another important mineral I focused was on zinc. Zinc is essential for oral health because it helps reduce plaque buildup and fight bacteria that can lead to cavities and gum disease. And step 3 is, as I mentioned before, improving digestion. And if your digestion is not optimal, and you might not absorb all the minerals and nutrients from your food, and this can cause you to have mineral deficiencies, and it might affect your oral health, and if you have acid reflux like I had before, you might have nightmare for your teeth. The stomach acid that comes up can wear down enamel and create cavities. So to stop that, I focused on improving my digestion. I started eating smaller meals, cutting out certain trigger foods, and focusing on things like fermented foods and probiotics. And the step 4 is dental care habits. You need to brush your teeth regularly. It's a common sense, right? And you need to also floss your teeth. Don't listen to anyone who tells you that you don't need to floss. You have to floss. Because if you don't floss and you sleep like that for days, what happens? The bacteria builds up. And getting a cavity between your tooth are the worst, and it's harder to fix, and the dentists have to go deep, and there's a chance that you will need a root canal, which happened to two of my tooth. The dentist went all the way down because the cavity was big and I had to get a root canal, which is, unfortunate. So make sure to floss every night before going to bed to get rid of all that plaque from your mouth. But make sure to use the right floss. Don't use the thick ones, use the normal thin ones, and make sure you don't push the food to your gums. Another trick and tip I want to mention is using 2 different kinds of toothpaste. Use a regular one and use a natural one, like every other day, in case one is not effective. So you never know that the toothpaste you're using every day, maybe it's not that great, right? You never know. So there are natural toothpaste that are advertised that are not that effective, right, to prevent cavities. And some are good, but some are not. So what I do is I have 3 toothpaste. One is natural, one is regular, and one is for tooth whitening. So every other day I kind of use switch between all 3 of them. So having said that, for me, it was all about monitoring the cavities I had. And step 5, patience and consistency. This didn't happen overnight. It took time. Doing the right things for a long time and being consistent. So if you want to avoid and prevent future cavities, root canals, implants, you should take care of your tooth and do the right things as I mentioned in this video. So now you know that taking care of your tooth and brushing regularly is not enough. It is nutrition, getting a quality sleep, and eating the right foods, and monitoring your cavities. And also, let's not forget consistent dental care. Also, I recommend getting cleaning every 5 to 6 months. So it's all about making those small sustainable changes and being patient with the process. And remember, your teeth have the power to heal just like the rest of your body. And I would like to hear your thoughts on natural ways to heal teeth and cavities. Have you tried any methods that worked for you, or maybe you're curious about something I mentioned? Drop your experience or questions in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and keep the conversation going. And thank you for watching and have a blessed day.